There we go. Do you know of a good website that can check your website's accessibility?
Oh, this is a great question. I don't know it off the top of my head, but let me double check to see if it's in my bookmarks. That's a great question. Frank, is there anything you can say on that topic while I'm looking through my bookmarks?
Well, while you're looking through the bookmarks, do you know off the top of your head the plugin that you were using on your site?
Yes and no. It's not available currently. I'm working on developing it with a nonprofit type situation. So once they're ready to release it, I can spill the beans, but I can't really say too much right now.
Okay. So I know nothing about that plugin, but I have looked at some other accessibility plugins in the past. And I'm far from an expert in accessibility issues. I am at the mercy of not requiring screen readers and such, and so all I know is what I've been able to read. One of the things that I learned is I used to do the hashtag SEO Meetup with a lowercase m, because for my mind, I could see SEO all capitalized and then Meetup all lowercase and recognize that as being two separate words pretty easily in the hashtag. Unfortunately, I learned that a screen reader will try to read that as a word that starts with a capital letter O and continues with the letters MEETUP. So Omidup, I guess, is how it pronounced it. I don't know how it would try to pronounce that. So I changed, and you can go back and look at, like, on Twitter, just scroll through the feed there and see when I used the capital M and when I used the lowercase m. And when I started using the capital M was when I learned that that was messing up screen readers. I use that as an example because there are so many different screen readers that a lot of the accessibility plugins actually end up doing a lot of harm, because they are only halfway solving the problem, and in doing so, they're creating a whole bunch of different elements that screen readers are trying to read, and it makes it a terrible experience on websites. So for that reason, I have avoided most of those plugins. But if you're working on the development with them, hopefully that's ironing out a lot of those issues. And I know that there are a handful of plugins that actually do help in that space.
Yeah, and that's literally what we're working through right now. We're trying to figure out every possible way something can go wrong with like anything, and then we'll be ready to kind of release it to the world. And yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Frank, but I went ahead and put the URL into the chat window there, which I'm hoping everyone can see. So last time I checked, this was, don't quote me on this because things like this change in the drop of a dime, but this was approved by an agency that specifically deals with impaired individuals' web accessibility initiatives. So at one point, I know this Wave web accessibility tool was approved. I don't know right this second. And the only reason I say that is because I've moved away from stopping using these tools because a lot of they all have one really good thing going for them, but not all of them have a good big picture in terms of telling you what's wrong with your website and also how to fix it. And for that reason, I've kind of transitioned to helping this organization with building a tool that can just go on websites that helps you not only evaluate them, but also just, handle the execution of the various changes, if you will.
And for anybody that is watching or listening, it is the Wave Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool. And it has a long-ish URL, so I'm going to suggest that you probably just go to Google and type in Wave Web Accessibility Evaluation Tool, and it's going to be at the top of the list there.
Perfect.